For your chance to win the WWE Royal Rumble 2014 DVD or Blu-ray, watch the video until the end to find out how to win. Alright guys, Tom here and welcome to a new video, and today I'm doing my WWE Monday Night Raw for the 31st of March 2014 preview video. In this video, I'm going to be predicting what will happen on the Go Home show and the last Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania 30, which is only in 6 days, the 6th of April 2014. It's absolutely incredible. We're so close. In this video, I'm going to be predicting, previewing and guessing everything I think is going to go down on Monday Night Raw. I also talk about news, rumors, everything about tonight's Monday Night Raw. But the wrestling and the WWE content on my channel does not stop there this week, because I'm going to be uploading every single WrestleMania 30 match prediction on my channel, who I think is going to win and why. So I'm going to do up to around, there's going to be around 10 prediction videos for all of the 10 matches on the match card. Look forward to that. Also, like this video. Can we get 75 likes on this Raw preview this week? We got around 50 last week, which is incredible. Can we get 75 likes this week? So, Monday Night Raw for the 31st of March 2014 comes from the Verizon Center in Washington, D.C. It's kind of weird that we're already in March, one day away from April already this year, which is absolutely crazy. And by the way, the reason I didn't do a preview last week was because I got a new laptop and I was sorting out my programs and stuff, and pretty much I had no time whatsoever to do a Raw preview. I wasn't really too bothered. The last 2 weeks, I already haven't been into WWE. I sat down on Saturday night 2 days ago and really just watched the Raw and SmackDowns I've missed. I think there's around 3 episodes of WWE I just hadn't watched in the last week. Sat down, watched them, got caught up, and I'm finally feeling like WrestleMania is very, very close. I was really not feeling WrestleMania this last week. I just didn't care about watching Raw, anything like that, because nothing really grabbed my attention. But I got it all watched on Saturday night, and I'm really feeling like this is WrestleMania week, and this could be a really, really enjoyable time in my WWE life. Anyway, let's get on with it. So really, I'm now excited for WrestleMania 30 after catching up with Raw. So we're doing our preview this week. Sorry about not doing it last week. I got a new laptop, didn't have time. But the Verizon Center in Washington, D.C. hosts the Go Home show and the last Raw before WrestleMania 30, which is in 6 days. And the Verizon Center is in Washington, D.C., which is Dave Bautista's hometown. Yes, Dave Bautista was born in Washington, D.C. So it'll be interesting to hear. You're going to have to watch out or listen to what the reaction is going to be for Bautista. Now, Bautista is arguably the top heel in the company at the moment. Probably second to maybe Triple H, or the guy that gets the most attention, second to Triple H. I'm not really keen on Orton at the moment. I'll probably go with Batista as maybe the second top heel in the company right now. So considering he's going into Washington, his hometown, his actual hometown, there's stars like Ziggler who are billed from Hollywood but actually come from somewhere else, like Detroit. Batista was actually born in Washington, D.C. So it'll be actually interesting to see what the reaction is for Dave Bautista. Will he get booed? Will he get cheered? Will he even get anything? What will the reaction be for Dave Bautista? I'd really, really like to hear that and see what Washington has to say about Dave Bautista. Considering Daniel Bryan is so over and they really like Daniel Bryan all over the country, will they have the cheek to cheer Dave Bautista? I'm not sure. I'm going to listen out for that. It will be very, very interesting. But WrestlingInc.com's Mark Middleton reports, quotations, WWE is expected to announce some of the final 4 spots in their Andre the Giant Battle Royal on tonight's Raw. So, who could these final 4 be? Could it be Alexander Rusev, Bad News Barrett, Rob Van Dam, Hulk Hogan, or even Evan Bourne, I heard somebody say. Now, Rob Van Dam is a bit of a strange one I just called out there. You're probably wondering, Rob Van Dam? Tom, who are you on about? Yeah, Rob Van Dam is reportedly scheduled to return the night after WrestleMania. You know, that Monday Night Raw, which always seems to be so special, the night after WrestleMania with all the UK and European fans. Yes, per Wrestling Observer newsletter via Chris Cash of WrestleZone, PW Insider, the Middleton of WrestlingInc.com reports that Van Dam's return to WWE TV is imminent. So that is pretty much saying that Rob Van Dam is very, very close to returning to WWE. Now, the first thoughts were that he was going to actually return the night after WrestleMania, but that could be brought forward, and he could be one of the names in the Battle Royale, Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale, sorry, and that could get a few more people interested in watching WrestleMania this weekend. Imagine, announce Rob Van Dam in that match, and you've already sold another 100,000 pay-per-views. That'd be a top name you're throwing it in there, because I'm thinking about it. Yeah, there's some big stars like Alberto Del Rio and a Sheamus, but there's not really that next tier. It's kind of a Sheamus who's not really over. You've kind of got a Del Rio who's kind of got boring. There's not really that next step, that next superstar. And I think a Rob Van Dam would really bring he's definitely a star power. He'd add to the star power of the Battle Royale. Now, it's a Battle Royale. It's going to sell anyway, but there's not really that top star. And I think Rob Van Dam would make that, and it would be a good idea to bring his return forward by a week, or even a day, sorry, to put him into that Battle Royale in the Andre the Giant Memorial. What do you guys think? Could Alexander Rusev be added there? How over would he be if he goes and wins? That would be great to start off his career. Bad News Barrett hasn't even done anything since bringing the gimmick out of Bad News Barrett, so it would be a key moment to actually debut that gimmick or the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale and at WrestleMania 30, or even Hulk Hogan. We saw him toss over The Miz last week on Raw, so he clearly can still do things like that. Could he even put himself in the Battle Royale? Also, Hulk Hogan himself did actually tweet, headed to DC for Raw, brother. I am getting that weird, crazy feeling again, brother. H. So that could be maybe Hulk Hogan's got one last announcement for the fans in attendance in Washington, D.C. at the Verizon Center. So he's basically kind of hinting he's got a crazy feeling again. Has he got something else to tell us, or is he just hyping up WrestleMania 30 and Monday Night Raw tonight? To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if he at least announced one more person into the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. It's such a long name to say, isn't it? But I wouldn't be surprised if Hulk Hogan announces some more superstars in there. There's only 4 names left. It would be great to know all of them on tonight's Monday Night Raw. Would be a shame for them to announce it on SmackDown and just kind of throw it away. I mean, it would be a great announcement to announce it on Raw in front of a lot more fans watching it on TV. Don't just throw it away half-heartedly on SmackDown. Make Hulk Hogan announce the last 4 on tonight's Monday Night Raw. Would be great. Hopefully we have some big names. Maybe Hulk doesn't even do this. Maybe they just throw 4 superstars in there. Maybe he won't even get on the mic. I'm not sure. I would be surprised if he doesn't do that. Let's find out on tonight's Monday Night Raw. What he has in store for us. Will he announce the last 4 competitors into that Battle Royale, or will he have some more information about maybe a possible stipulation for another match on the card, or what he has it planned for himself at WrestleMania 30. Also, Undertaker, as WWE.com notes, has a final message for Lesnar. Will this be a match stipulation? Undertaker adds, could it be a no disqualification? I remember last year, Lesnar versus Triple H was a no disqualification match. CM Punk versus Lesnar was a no disqualification match. You also had Triple H versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam 2012 was a no DQ match. Lesnar versus John Cena at Extreme Rules 2012 was a no disqualification match. And also the cage match at Extreme Rules last year was obviously a cage match. So they always add stipulations, it seems, to Lesnar's matches. So will Undertaker add a stipulation to their match to build up the anticipation that Lesnar might win? Now, in my opinion, they haven't sold Lesnar at all. The only thing he's really done all this time has stabbed Undertaker with a pen. Is that enough momentum to go into that WrestleMania 30 match against Undertaker? Do you believe at all that he's defeating the streak? No chance in hell. The only thing I can guarantee tonight is that Lesnar must and will, I could put my life on it, that Lesnar will stand tall over Undertaker on tonight's Monday Night Raw. Because if they don't, he's pretty much going in there with momentum by stabbing Undertaker with a pen. He needs to come out on top on tonight's Monday Night Raw, the strongest. He needs to go in that match the strongest. I don't think you can make him go in the strongest anymore. They've left it too late. So you've at least got to do something to make him look strong. And he will look strong over Undertaker tonight. Maybe that's by him announcing the match stipulation, or beating Undertaker down with a chair, or just threatening him some way on the mic. He's going to come out on top. Lesnar needs to look strong, or we're not going to buy into the fact that he might defeat the streak. PWInsider.com, or at PWInsider.com on Twitter, said Batista vs. Orton headlines final Raw before WrestleMania 30. Yes, we're getting the original main event of WrestleMania 30 on Monday Night Raw tonight, guys. What a way to bring in ratings. I'm excited for that. But what will the crowd reaction be? Will they cheer for Batista in his home crowd? Or the fact that they're not really fan favorites and they're two heels? Will the crowd just be dead? Very interesting to hear the crowd reaction. But this could definitely spark a Daniel Bryan return. Benigno writes on WWE.com's Raw preview, quotations, with only a week to go before the biggest matches of his career, don't expect the yes man to sit out this week's Raw. Could he return at the main event of this match to take out both Batista and Orton to build up that WrestleMania 30 main event match? The hint that he might be in it. It'd be a good way to give him definitely some good way to give him some momentum. The crowd would pop if he came out during that main event against two heels and he stands tall like that. Yes! Yes! At the end of Raw, standing tall over Batista and Randy Orton, or Daniel Bryan, probably what is more likely, he'll return earlier in the show. Considering he has a lot of matches on the card, he at least has one against Triple H and will probably be in the main event as well, then they obviously need to make a lot of this Monday Night Raw about Daniel Bryan, considering he will take a lot of time up on the WrestleMania card. So don't be surprised if Daniel Bryan even opens Monday Night Raw tonight. He definitely will have a large chunk of the show, a match without a doubt. He'll probably end up standing tall at the end of Monday Night Raw over Randy Orton, Batista, or even Triple H. Don't be surprised if he doesn't come up to Triple H and attacks him. Whatever, you've got to make Daniel Bryan have as much momentum as possible going into that Mania match, because he's probably the guy that's going to sell you the most pay-per-views. So make him go there into WrestleMania with the most momentum. People are going to buy to see Daniel Bryan win that championship. So if he goes in there with the most momentum, people are going to buy into it and buy Mania 30. But don't be surprised if Daniel Bryan takes a huge chunk out of Monday Night Raw so they can build this guy up and obviously build his WrestleMania 30 up. So I won't be surprised if he ends up being the guy at the end of Monday Night Raw, standing tall over 2 or 3 of the Batista, Randy Orton, and Triple H. Also, Benigno asks, can Cena find his footing and rally, or is Bray Wyatt irreparably in his head? Well, basically what this means is it's kind of like saying that Bray Wyatt will probably come out on top over John Cena. But what they've got to do is they've got to give Bray Wyatt as much momentum as possible going into that WrestleMania 30 match. Because obviously, Cena has such a good win percentage. People are still questioning if Cena's going to put over Bray Wyatt. So you've got to make Bray Wyatt going into that match with as much momentum as possible. And you've got to have that feeling that he's actually going to win against Cena. Because if you make John Cena's legacy in threat, people are going to buy the WrestleMania 30 pay-per-view to find out what happens to John Cena when Bray Wyatt gets his hands on Cena in a match. So if you make Bray Wyatt go into that match looking as strong as possible, then it's really going to add to that anticipation. So tonight on Monday Night Raw, we'll definitely end up with Bray Wyatt coming out on top over John Cena. Whether that's them just taking him away, attacking him, injuring him, something like that, you've got to have Bray Wyatt look as strong as possible going into that match. What do you guys think? I am buzzing for WrestleMania 30. I'm excited. What do you guys think? Can I get 75 likes? I think so. Let's do it. Take care. Spite your hair. To enter the competition to win the WWE Royal Rumble 2014 DVD or Blu-ray, you only have to do these 4 simple steps. 1. Like the video. 2. Subscribe to me on YouTube. 3. Follow me on Twitter. And 4. Comment DVD or Blu-ray.